Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that really tries to get past the surface noise and focus on what truly matters.
And today, we're definitely hitting a big one.
Absolutely. Artificial intelligence. It's already changing how we live day to day, isn't it? And bigger picture, shifting global power
For
dynamics.
sure. It's way beyond just a tech buzzword now.
Mm.
You see governments everywhere scrambling, really racing to get ahead, to lead in AI. It's foundational.
Exactly. And that's our focus for this deep dive. We're looking at the Trump administration's strategy, specifically their plan called Winning the AI Race, America's AI Action Plan.
Right. So the idea is to pull out the main concepts, maybe some surprising details from that document.
Yeah, and really get a handle on what their stated vision was for American AI leadership. What were they trying to achieve?
So our mission basically is to unpack what this strategy actually involves. What specific areas does it target? Why do they see it as so urgent?
We'll dig into the plan's structure, its framework, and maybe touch on what it could mean, its potential implications for you, the listener.
Okay, let's get into it then.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
The motivation?
Yeah, let's start there. What's driving this whole thing? The language in the plan itself is, well, it's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
David Sachs, who was the administration's AI and crypto czar, he explicitly called AI a revolutionary technology. Said it had the potential to transform the global economy and alter the balance of power in the world.
Wow, that sets a really high-stakes tone right from the start, doesn't it?
It does, and it connects directly to how they frame leadership in AI. It's not
Yeah.
just about economics.
Right, it's elevated really to a national security issue,
Yeah.
like almost on par with military strength or energy supplies.
Exactly. Marco Rubio, who was Secretary of State and acting National Security Advisor, put it very bluntly,
Mm-hmm.
he said AI leadership is non-negotiable
Non-negotiable.
and essential for both prosperity and national security. So that's a fundamental shift, isn't it? Defining tech leadership as a core strategic asset for the nation itself.
Definitely. The plan positions itself as the bedrock for a whole new era of human advancement, economic strength, and national security for Americans.
It's framed as incredibly foundational.
And understanding this is important for, well, for everyone, because it shows how national strategy tries to steer tech development. It shapes where the money goes, what gets prioritized. It impacts global standing.
And ultimately, our future.
Yeah.
So the plan itself lays out how they intend to do this. It's quite detailed, over 90 policy measures.
Yeah, over 90 federal policy measures organized around three main areas, three pillars.
Okay, what are those pillars?
So pillar one is about accelerating technological innovation, basically boosting new AI advancements.
Makes sense, fostering the core tech.
Pillar two gets more into the nuts and bolts, developing robust American AI infrastructure. This seems like a really key focus area with tangible actions.
Infrastructure, always crucial, but often overlooked in the hype.
And then pillar three looks outward. Establishing leadership in international diplomacy and security matters. So taking that American leadership global.
A very comprehensive structure. Innovation, infrastructure, and international influence.
Let's maybe dig a bit deeper into that second pillar first, the infrastructure and workforce part.
Okay, yeah, what did they lay out there?
Well, what's interesting is the emphasis on the physical side of things. It's not just code. The plan talks about rapidly expanding data center capabilities and semiconductor manufacturing facilities.
Right, the actual buildings, the hardware, the stuff that AI runs on.
Exactly. And they even mention needing to streamline permitting processes for these places.
Which suggests a real sense of urgency, doesn't it? Trying to clear hurdles to build faster.
It does. And here's a detail I found fascinating. It specifically calls out the need for national programs to address workforce shortages in critical technical roles.
Okay, like data scientists, AI researchers.
Well, yes, probably them too, but it explicitly names electricians and HVAC specialists essential for data center operations.
Really? Electricians in HVAC. That's
It is.
specific.
It is. But it highlights something important, right? AI needs massive physical infrastructure, huge amounts of power, cooling.
Yeah, it brings it down to earth. It's not just algorithms floating in the cloud. There's this huge, energy-hungry physical base.
So this focus tells you that scaling AI isn't just about brilliant coders. You need skilled tradespeople to actually build and maintain the backbone, a much broader workforce need.
That's a really crucial, practical point that often gets missed. Okay, so that's infrastructure. What about pillar three, the global angle?
Right, the international ambitions. The plan calls for a global AI export initiative.
Okay, exporting AI. How?
Through collaboration, it mentions the Commerce Department, State Department, and private industry working together.
A public-private partnership, essentially.
Seems like it. And the goal is pretty clear: to deliver comprehensive AI technology packages.
Packages, like what's in them?
Hardware, software models, applications, even technical standards, the whole kit and caboodle,
And
basically,
who are they sending these to?
to allied nations worldwide.
Ah, okay. So it's a strategic play. It's about influencing global tech adoption, making sure allies are using American systems.
Exactly. It ties back to that Rubio quote about ensuring America sets the technological gold standard worldwide and making sure a world continues to run on American technology.
So it's tech leadership as a form of diplomatic influence and, well, market building too.
Definitely seems that way. A very proactive strategy on the global stage.
Okay, so we've got infrastructure, global exports. What about Pillar 1, the innovation piece? How did they plan to accelerate that within the U.S.?
A big part of that seems to be focused on the regulatory environment.
Ah, regulations.
Yeah.
Always a factor in tech development.
Right. The plan calls for significant regulatory restructuring, the aim, to eliminate barriers that currently impede AI development and commercial deployment.
So deregulation, essentially, or maybe smarter regulation.
It sounds like clearing roadblocks. And interestingly, it says federal agencies should actively seek private sector guidance on regulatory modifications to foster innovation.
Okay, so listening to industry about what changes would help them move faster. That makes sense, trying to be responsive.
Yeah. And then there's another really specific, intriguing detail under this umbrella. It's about government buying AI.
Procurement standards.
Exactly. Updating federal procurement standards to ensure government contracts are awarded only to large language model developers who maintain objectivity and avoid ideological bias in their AI systems.
Objectivity and avoiding ideological bias. Wow. That's a loaded phrase, isn't it? Especially with AI.
It certainly raises questions. What does objectivity mean for an LLM? How do you measure or enforce that?
Yeah, I mean, AI systems learn from data, and data reflects the world, biases and all. Defining and ensuring objectivity is, well, it's a huge challenge.
It definitely signals an intent by the government, through its purchasing power, to shape how these systems are built, at least the ones it uses, trying to set a standard.
A very specific standard. Interesting.
Yeah.
So bringing it all together, what's the overall vision these leaders were putting forward?
It really comes back to galvanizing a national effort. Michael Kratsios from the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy said the plan was meant to galvanize federal efforts to turbocharge our innovation capacity, build cutting-edge infrastructure, and lead globally.
Turbocharge innovation, strong words.
And the goal, he said, was ensuring American workers and families thrive in the AI era, connecting it back to the people.
And you mentioned David Sachs earlier, right? His point about the global competition.
Yes, Sachs emphasized winning the AI race, but also preventing authoritarian applications of the technology. So leadership with certain values attached, at least as they saw it.
A dual goal. Lead, but lead in a certain way.
And it circles back to Marco Rubio's vision we touched on. America sets the technological gold standard worldwide. That seems to capture the essence.
So a really comprehensive picture they painted. Leading in tech, building the foundation, shaping global standards, all framed as vital for prosperity and security.
Okay, so let's try to quickly recap what we've dug into here. We looked at this Trump administration AI action plan, right? Driven by this core belief that AI leadership is absolutely critical, non-negotiable for America's future. National security, prosperity, the works.
And structured around those three pillars. Boosting innovation.
Building out that robust infrastructure. And we saw that means everything from semiconductors down to electricians and HVAC folks for data centers.
Right, the real world nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
And then the third pillar, establishing that global leadership, using things like the AI Export Initiative.
Yeah, projecting influence. We also touched on the regulatory side, wanting to remove barriers, but also that that very specific requirement about objectivity and bias for AI, the government buys.
Exactly. It's a picture of a nation really trying to strategically organize itself to, well, to win in the age of AI, a long-term blueprint for maintaining strength and influence through technology.
Which brings us, I think, to a final thought for you, our listener, to chew on. The plan explicitly aims to ensure government AI systems maintain objectivity and avoid ideological bias.
Yeah, that point again.
Given how fast AI, especially large language models, are changing and how complex they are, what do you think are the real-world challenges, the practical hurdles in actually defining objectivity for an AI.
And not just defining it, but consistently ensuring it, right?
Yeah.
How do you even measure that?
Exactly. What might that actually mean in practice? Not just for government contracts, but maybe for how AI develops more broadly across society. What are the implications of trying to mandate something like objectivity in these systems?
Yeah, something definitely worth pondering as this technology continues to evolve and integrate into our lives.